Well, and then it is possible to integrate with B2B Router, and that's why we are here today. So we have worked, I would say, really nearly the last year together with Plunet to make a really good integration between our systems. And that enables you to use the data out of the Plunet system to create electronic invoices to any for any European country or for any receiver in Europe, and maybe also even globally, but it's mainly our focus was mainly on Europe. And this works in the following way. So your business is usually connected to the Plunet application where you manage your orders and invoices and contacts. And then we have implemented this interface through our API where you can transmit data to B2B Router. So you can transmit invoice data, but you can also update contacts in B2B Router. So in a way, the systems are synchronized in that sense. And then you can use B2B Router to send and to create and send any electronic invoice to any country in any format and over any channel. And the same is true, of course, also for received invoices. So you can also use B2B Router for received invoices. That is not a major use case of Plunet, but and probably you do not use Plunet for that. But you can do that through your account in B2B Router, because when you register with us, you will get an account in B2B Router, and through the synchronization, you will see everything what is happening in Plunet. It will be mirrored also in B2B Router, and you can use and configure B2B Router for receiving your electronic invoices. For example, in Germany, you are obliged to accept any electronic invoicing format, and you can do that quite easily. You can configure your email in B2B Router, you can connect to the Peppol network, and then anybody who wants to send to you an electronic invoice, you can say to him, well, I'm able to receive any format, choose whatever you want, choose the channel you want, and that provides you certain benefits in the electronic invoicing. So what we do and provide here is, first of all, compliance. We also archive all your invoices, outbound and inbound invoices. We also offer connections to e-accounting systems. So I hope that by the end of Q3, we will have connections to major accounting systems also in Germany, to Datev and Edison Pro from Wolters Kluwer, so that you can share your electronic invoices directly with e-accounting systems. So you don't need to somehow retribe or transmit these invoices to your tax advisor. So it's automatically pushed or can be automatically pushed to these e-accounting systems. We validate every outgoing, ingoing invoice. You can track your invoices, receive events. We can transform any invoice in any format. So for example, for any type of electronic invoice, you will see you can have a visualization as a PDF file. Yeah, you can automate your processes, and everything is a cloud-based service. And for the outgoing invoices, then Plunet also can pull back certain legal invoices and events back to the platform, where you can then access your invoices and also to on the Plunet system. Yeah, so that's the basic integration function that we delivered. And yeah, well, we also defined a small onboarding process in case you are interested in all that. So we have two main phases, the testing phase and the production phase. So ideally, you would contact Plunet first for testing and initial information. And then as a second step, you can create a test account at B2B Router. You can then contact us for activation your account. You should mention Plunet. You can share with us the invoice volume that you want to send over B2B Router, or that you expect to send over B2B Router, the numbers of companies that you want to register in case you are, for example, a group of companies. Yeah. And then you can ask for advice anytime if you need that. So we can do a short demo with you. And then the first step, the next step would be then to share the API key with Plunet. I will show you where and how to get it. And then you can test the solution within a test framework, test network, test applications. So you can not do nothing wrong here. You can just try to send receive electronic invoices through that process. And then once you decide um, to use our integrated services, then you can move on to the production phase. So create a production account at B2Brouter. Again, request activation. We will create a contract with you based on the offer that we have sent to you. You must then only sign the contract and share the API key for the production environment again with Plunet, and then you can start and use the solution. I noted down here the contacts that you can contact for Germany and Spain. If you are coming from a different country, then you can also use our generic email commercial@b2brouter.net, and then we will find the right contact person for you. Okay, I've talked a lot now. I will now move to the next point, showing you very shortly the platform from us, so that you get also a picture of that. So first of all, if you get to our platform, you will see, maybe I start with this one because, yeah. So that is somehow the welcome page that you will see if you have not created anything on your account. So here you are guided through a process like how to configure your application. So first you need to configure your account, and then you can add contacts and create your invoices. So with the Plunet application, it will be that way that you only need to configure your account first, and then the contacts are and invoice data is automatically added through Plunet. And as your account configuration is most of the time quite static, of course, maybe you have to change in bank account or something like that. It can be easily managed, but everything, there's the steps 2 and 3 that is managed through the Plunet application. I will now show you how to configure your account and how you can do that. This is this kind of wheel here. Here you have your account settings. So, yeah, here you can register your fiscal data and legal data. You can add your logo, which should appear maybe on PDF invoices. In Spain, you can do an identity certification that you might have also to do if you go in the area of tax reports. This is not available in Germany because we don't have like certificates issued by the state yet. You can put in registry data, register data. You can add a contact person. You can define your fiscal years. Usually we have predefined tax rates in the system, but you can also modify or add them here. Then you can, for the collection, add any bank accounts or any number of bank accounts. You can define default payment method. You can also connect to payment systems like Stripe with us. And then you can do certain configurations for invoices, so PDF view of invoices. Then you have here some kind of language settings or footers that you can put on your invoice, which should always occur. And then default sending methods for new contacts. But this is also something what you can theoretically modify through the Plunet application. You can define certain requirements, what you want about which events you want to be notified. One maybe important thing for some companies which are larger is to work with organizational units. So if you have different organizational units, you can manage them within our application and provide them in here. This is a feature that is currently still implemented by Plunet, I believe, but it will come up in the future. And then one important point is really to configure your connections. So here in these kind of connections, that means the ways how you want to deliver your invoices. You can set it here. So you have, first of all, B2B router, an internal method for sending invoices. You always must activate the reception here if you want to receive electronic invoices through B2B router. You have a mail configuration. For outgoing invoices, you can define your own SMTP server here. If you want to use your own email address for receiving invoices, you have a predefined number here with usually typically your VAT ID or your ID with which you registered. So over this email, you can receive electronic invoices. In case you don't want to forward that directly to your customer, you can make a forward on your email, like for example, e-invoice at b2brouter.de. All the invoices are automatically forwarded then to this email address. And you can also configure the Peppol network and Peppol reception here. And here we have also some specific networks that are required in different countries where you need an extra registration process, for example, here in Spain, some networks, but also SDI in Italy. One thing that we have to do, I mentioned that earlier, is this kind of Peppol activation. This is now your customer policy. This is a 3-step process that we need to execute with you. It's quite easy. I show it to you in the other account because here I have configured it already. So basically, you need to define, first of all, your Peppol ID. So with which ID you want to be seen or registered in the Peppol networks. Typically, it would be your VAT ID, but I used here Lightwig ID because it's a test system. Then you need to attach a document that validates your identity. We prove that later on, and then you need to agree to the Peppol service agreement with us, and we verify this later on with you. Well, and then at the end, you can, within our platform in the account settings, you can manage the document reception rules. So here you can define which documents which would you like to receive. Usually we filter the documents that we have already country specific. So if you register as a German participant, we show you the different things in Germany. So for Germany, I would recommend these 2 formats, X-Rechnung formats and the Peppol BIS, and maybe PDF invoices. And you can have certain options to say here what you want to refuse or which invoices you want to have refused. So this is some kind of fine tuning for you. Of course, you can also manage different users through our application. Yeah, and give them different access rights for certain parts. So you should not make everybody an administrator, but yeah. Okay, then maybe how to create an invoice. So this is mainly something what is done through the Plunet application, but you can always access your contact data also here. You can also modify it here in case it is necessary. So maybe in certain cases, the Plunet application is not able to send invoices, for example, to Malaysia. So then you can, Malaysia, then you can go on your contact here and can modify the data of your contact. So this is mainly the master data of your contact, which you can manage here over the fiscal data of the contact. And then I think the most important thing here is how you want to send invoices to the contact. So every contact requires a little bit a different setting. So for example, here for this contact, you can configure the Peppol network, and then the Peppol ID of this contact you can put in here. Here you then also, if you configure Peppol, you can automatically see if this kind of user is registered in Peppol. So I picked now one who is not registered in here, but I can, for example, I check if this one is, no, this one is also not registered, but I'm pretty sure this one is. Yeah. So no, it's also not able to receive electronic invoices here. I don't know if I find now by heart. We have, for example, a party from France or from Madrid who has a different delivery method. So this is prefixed method for face and the document type. And here you can then add further information about the different accounting offices, etc. Okay, so this is how you manage your contacts, and then you are quite easily able to create an invoice or a credit note. Okay, this is now the credit note process. So you just need to select your recipient and add certain data to your invoice. Uh, well, add a few kind of or a line for the services that you want to invoice. And let me check. And then this kind of type of invoice is created based on your master data, the data of your contacts, the invoice number that you have created. And then you can issue and send this invoice directly. And a similar process is to be applied for the reception case, right? So here you can receive your electronic invoices. You can modify the status of invoices. Yeah. So you can preview your invoice in a format, in a different format. You can change the received invoices. Yeah. So that is basically how to use our platform. I don't want to go too much in detail, but you can of course ask us for any question. One mainly last point. Here's an icon with a Blizzard symbol. So that means integration. And this is a B2Brouter API and other connectors that we have. So for example, for Datev e-accounting, you will also get another connector here. With Edison, you can connect from the Edison application if you use Edison and a customer of Edison and or Wolters Kluwer. And here you can generate your API key or show your API key, which you can use in the Plunet application to connect with us.
Hello everyone, I'm Guillermo Romans, account manager here in Plunet, and I'm gonna show you now how this all looks like from the Plunet side. First of all, just as a quickly reminder, in order to use the invoicing module in your system, you will first need to reach out to B2Brouter and subscribe to their enterprise plan and create a B2Brouter account. Once that is done, you can reach out to the Plunet support team so they can activate the model in your system. And once that everything is set up in Plunet and configured, you can start using the invoicing module and send invoices to your customers, which is the point that I'm at right now. Everything is set up in my system, so I can, now start using the module. So first of all, in order to send invoices to your customers, you will first need to create your customer's profile in B2Brouter. As Ansgar already mentioned, this can be done directly in B2Brouter, but I'm going to show you now how to do that directly from Plunet. So yeah, let's just go for it directly. And I already selected the customer that I'm using for today's demo. As you can see, this customer is based in Würzburg, Germany. So first of all, before going to the invoice account configuration, I just want to mention some aspects that you should keep in mind for the creation of your customer's profile in Plunet. Your customer's profile in B2Brouter, but some aspects that you should keep in mind from the configuration in Plunet. So that, first of all, being the name of your customers. So the name that will be used in your customer's profile in B2Brouter will be taken from this area, from these fields here in Plunet, name 1 and name 2. So please make sure that this information is correct, that is up to date. There's no misspelling or anything. Because yeah, this is the information that the system will be using in B2B Router too. Also regarding the contact information, um, this information will be pulled from this field in Plunet. In the future, we want this information to be also taken from the contact persons, from the preferred contact persons, but so far this is how it works. So yeah, please yeah, keep in mind that the invoices will be sent to the email address that is used in this area. Now moving on to the addresses. As you know, you can add yeah, as many addresses as you want. But yeah, please keep in mind that the address that you see here will be the one showing in your invoice. So it's important that all the information here is correct and that you're filling out at least the mandatory fields like street, zip code, city, and country. Now let's scroll down to the payment section, and in this area I just want to yeah, briefly mention an interesting thing about the currency, because B2B Router will be using the ISO code for your preferred currency. So even if you have given a name to your currency, for example for the dollars, please bear in mind that in your invoice you won't be seeing the name dollars, but the ISO code USD. But yes, since my customer is based in Europe, I'm just going to stick to euros. And now I'm going to move to the bank area in Plunet, because there are some details here that are important depending on the payment method that you want to use. Because if you are using the debit payment method, which is mostly used in Germany, and in which you as a supplier uh, collect the money directly from your customer's account, you will need to add all the information regarding your consumer's bank account here in this area here in Plunet. So yeah, you will need to give the IBAN, the SWIFT, the bank assigned creditor reference, and the MIDED reference identifier. And yeah, once this information is added in Plunet, you can use the debit payment method. And now let's move on to the configuration for the e-invoice account. Yeah, this is the area that I can see that is visible for me when the invoicing module is activated in my system. So yeah, let's just open it and see what happens, and see I hear some information regarding my customer. This is because, well, I was a little bit of a cheater here, and I had already created this customer in B2B Router, but that is why you can see, yeah, all the data and all information, because I already selected it. But if I click here on edit, um, you will be seeing the same time and the same tab and the same display. You will see if you were creating your customer's profile from zero. So yeah, we can also use this one for our demo now. So yeah, first of all, I will need to select a billing address. If I click here, I can see my drop-down list with the different address that I can choose. And yeah, in this case, I'm just gonna stick to my billing address. Of course, as mentioned earlier, this information is pulled from your customer's profile in Plunet. Now, yeah, I can see that the contact was automatically added as mentioned, and in here, I will need to select an identifier type. As you can see here, I have a lot of different options. These are the options that are available for Germany, for the German customers based in Germany. And so yeah, the most common identifier type is sales tax ID. And yeah, uh, I can select here from the options available for Germany. But if I want to choose an invoice and create a profile, an invoicing account for a Spanish customer, this will be different. I'm gonna quickly show you now, because if I go here, to the invoice area again. If I click here on create invoice account, this is, you may have noticed that the text in the button changed. This is because this customer is not yet created in B2B Router, which is also very convenient because, yeah, you will see that exactly the tab to create the invoice account is the same that we were seeing before. But yeah, okay, so this customer based in Madrid, Spain. If I scroll down to the identifier type, I can see that this has already changed because I'm only seeing now the identifiers available for Spain, as for example, the very well-known NIF. But yeah, let's go back to our German customer. I just wanted to yeah, quickly show you this very cool feature. But now, yeah, let's finish the setup for our demo customer so we can, yeah, send the invoice. And again, let's go here. So yeah, you will need to create your identifier type. As you can see here, I already selected it and added the number. So we can move to the next step, which is the payment information, where we can see the currency that was automatically filled in and the payment method that I have to choose. So yeah, as mentioned, I could use the debit payment method because I already added my customer's bank account to their profile. But for example, I could also use the bank transfer as payment method. Yeah, my customer would be transferring the money to my bank account, and for that I will need to select the bank account where I want to receive my money in. You may be wondering where is this information coming from because I didn't show this in Plunet. Well, that is because this information is actually not in Plunet, but in B2B Router. So if you want to use the bank transfer method, you will need to add your bank account details in B2B Router. So yeah, um, these are the different payment methods that you can choose. I'm just going to stick to the one that I had previously selected, and moving on to the next step, the sending options. So you have um, different options to send your invoice. You can do it the traditional Plunet way, that you are probably very familiar with already. So yeah, when using this sending option, an automatic email will be created, and to this email there will be two files attached, one of them being the XML version of the invoice. For this file, I could also select a file type. For example, here I can see that I have different Peppol formats available for my invoice. And additionally, you can also, if you want to, create and attach to your automatic email the PDF version of your invoice. Important to mention here is that when the template that is used to create the document, the PDF version of your invoice, is pulled from B2B Router, not from Plunet. I will show you now because of course the PDF looks different because it's not maybe not the template that you're used to. But yeah, just mentioning this here because in case that you want to change anything regarding the design, all the information that is displayed in the document, you will need to do that in B2B Router. But yeah, alternatively, I can also send my invoice via B2B Router. And as Ansgar already mentioned, when selecting this method, you can send your invoice directly to the network available in your country. So in this case, since my customer is based in Germany, I could send my invoice directly to the Peppol network. So yes, these are the sending options are available within the module, but yeah, so right now I'm gonna stick to the traditional Plunet way. And I'm gonna apply my changes. So now I am ready to create my first invoice. So let's just jump directly into that because I'm sure that you yeah, you're very excited to see this. Yeah, this is my completed order, my completed project that is ready for invoicing. So just scroll down and click on create invoice. So far, nothing changed. This is how I usually create my invoices in Plunet. And yeah, as you can see, the system redirected me to the invoices tab. And so far, I can see that everything looks very normal, like yeah, normal Plunet invoice. But if I have a look here in the text model section, I can see that there are some things that are a little bit different because I'm seeing some text models that I had not seen before. For example, reason for tax exception or managing unit. And you may be wondering where this is coming from. Well, the thing is that depending on your country's tax regulation or regulations regarding invoicing, there may be some additional information that you would need to add to your e-invoice. So in order to make this task easier for you, so you don't have to add everything manually and so on, we created a set of text modules that are special for our e-invoices, for our e-invoicing module. And you can see all the different text modules in here in the admin area in Plunet. In document templates, you can go to the text modules and you will see that, yeah, the ones that are identified with a yellow triangle are the text modules that are available only with our invoicing module. Of course, you can activate and deactivate these text modules depending on your needs, and yeah, whatever whatever you need to whatever information that you need to add in your invoice. So yeah, we created this set of modules to make this task a little bit easier for you, yeah, and to make invoicing easier for you. So now, yeah, let's scroll down and see what else do we have here. And if I go to the output section, I can see that this actually changed a little bit more. So first thing that I'm noticing is this blue square here. Let's see what's in here. Oh, and I can click in here and open my customer's invoice account, which is very helpful because I can directly uh, confirm and check that all the information that will be used for the creation of my invoice is correct. And in case that it wasn't, I can also, yeah, quickly edit it from here. So I don't need to go back to my customer's profile so to change this information. This can be done directly from this area, which is, yeah, again, very, very helpful. And yeah, now we can go to the moment we've all been waiting for, the creation of my first invoice. But before doing that, I just want to, yeah, I would just like to ask you to keep an eye on this area. But yeah, let's just, I don't want to make you wait anymore. So let's just click on create invoice. And now I can see that there's already something happening, yes, and I can see the PDF version of my invoice. As I told you earlier, yeah, you may have noticed that this changed a little bit because, yeah, we're using the B2Brouter templates in this case. But yeah, I can check all the information here, and I can confirm that my invoice looks good so far. So let's close this tab. And as I told you, yeah, I told you this will change a little bit. And yes, you can see here that you can download your XML version and PDF version of your invoice directly from this area. And also this text, this status is telling me that my invoice has not yet been sent to my customer, which means that I can still edit it and update it. Yeah, which is also very helpful for me. But yeah, my invoice looks good, so I can just directly send it to my customer. And yeah, in here I can click on send via Plunet because it's the sending option that I chose before. So let's just quickly do that. And yeah, as you can see, I already yeah, can see the pop-up window with my email and the two files attached, XML version and PDF version. So now I can quickly and easily send the invoice. See, now I already sent the invoice to my customer and the status here was also changed. But yeah, what would happen if, for example, now my customer canceled the project or there was something wrong with the invoice? Well, that wouldn't be a problem anymore because we can also create e-credit notes for our invoices. So yeah, let me quickly show you how to do that. You will see that it's very, very, very easy. You just need to go to the credit notes area here and click on create cancellation credit note. And yeah, you will be redirected to the a credit notes page in Plunet. And again, everything looks very normal so far. Again, I can uh, double check here my customers invoice account information. But yeah, let's just create our e-credit note directly, which I'm doing now in this area here by clicking on this button. And yeah, that was it. I already created my credit note. I can see the PDF version here. And again, I can download the XML version here too. And of course, I can directly send the e-credit note to my customers as you saw. This was also, yeah, very quick and easy. And with this, we arrived to the end of our demo today. Well, I hope that you really enjoyed it and that you really liked seeing how the the invoicing can be done through Plunet and B2Brouter. Thank you very much for your attention and for being here today. Bye bye.